Okay, so this week we're diving into a story that is sending shockwaves through, well, Queenstown.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
It is. Allegations of some really serious misconduct have rocked Queenstown Girls High, and the whole community is, well, trying to figure out what happened and what it all means. And that's what we're doing here, right?
Hmm.
We're not just looking at the surface, we're trying to understand how a story like this unfolds and what it tells us about, how we protect students.
Absolutely. It's about looking at the bigger picture here.
Exactly. So we've been going through some excerpts from a recent news article. It lays out the accusations, the school's response, all of it.
And it's heavy stuff.
It is really heavy stuff, but these are important questions we need to talk about.
100%.
Okay, so this all started, as these things often do, on social media. A former student went public accusing a teacher of, well, to put it plainly, inappropriate relationships with students. And she didn't hold back either. She actually named him, said what his role at the school was. He was a hockey coach and a life orientation teacher.
Hmm.
I mean, those details, they just hit differently.
Yeah, it makes it so much more real and honestly really disturbing when you have those specifics. And it speaks to how social media has become this powerful platform. It can be a voice for those who feel like they haven't been heard.
For sure.
But, and this is a big but, it also means these accusations are judged in the court of public opinion long before any investigation is finished.
Definitely adds a whole other layer to everything.
Totally.
So the school obviously had to respond, and they did pretty quickly. They put out a statement,
Mm,
said they knew about the accusations, had reported it all by the book so far, right?
right.
And that the teacher, of course, was suspended while they investigated. And they made sure to stress their commitment to student safety.
Which, I mean, that should go without saying.
You would hope so.
But it's important that they say it, I guess. Although suspending the teacher, I mean, that's standard in these situations.
Yeah.
But think about it, it can actually scare other potential victims from coming forward. They might think, well, no one's going to believe me, or even, it'll be my fault for causing trouble.
That's a really good point that I hadn't even considered.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation all around.
It is. And that actually leads us to another unsettling part of this whole thing. This isn't the first time this teacher has been accused of this type of behavior.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some things have come out, allegations that he was suspended from other schools for similar reasons.
Wow. Okay, so that immediately makes you wonder, did Queenstown Girls High do their due diligence? Like, were thorough background checks done before they hired him? Were there any red flags that were just, completely ignored?
Exactly.
This whole thing raises serious concerns about their hiring practices and their responsibility to protect their students.
It really does. And
Yeah.
it gets even more complicated because the article mentions that the school apparently knew about concerns regarding this teacher before any of this became public.
Wait, really?
Yeah, some students had reportedly made complaints, and there was even an incident involving the vice principal.
Oh, wow.
But, according to the article, nothing really happened.
That's incredibly concerning. I mean, having a system in place for reporting misconduct is one thing, but it means nothing if those reports are ignored. Every school, every organization that works with young people needs a system where those reports are taken seriously, investigated properly. Ignoring them, brushing them under the rug, it doesn't just allow the behavior to continue. It can have a lasting impact on the victims.
Right, it's about protecting those who are most vulnerable.
Exactly.
And I think we need to address, well, probably the most serious accusation, the one that really makes this hit home for a lot of people.
Right.
The allegation that this teacher impregnated a senior student.
Oh, God. I mean, where do you even begin with that? It's just the power imbalance alone, the potential for coercion, abuse. It's hard to even wrap your head around.
It really is. So we're left with a lot of unknowns. The investigation is ongoing. The school has said they'll be transparent, which is a start, I guess.
It is.
But the community is left wondering what happens next. There's a lot of pressure, and rightfully so, on everyone involved, the school, the Department of Education, to handle this with extreme care and make sure justice is served.
And we can't forget the lasting impact this will have on everyone involved. The teacher, the students who came forward, the school's reputation. This will have a ripple effect for years to come.
Absolutely. I think this story really underscores how important it is for schools to create an environment where students feel safe, where they feel empowered to speak up if something is wrong, and most importantly, that their concerns will be taken seriously.
100%. It's about building trust, and that's something that goes way beyond Queenstown Girls High. That's a conversation we need to be having everywhere.
Everywhere.